Hi lovelies, how are you doing today? My name is Hannah. You're welcome to Hannah Key Signature YouTube channel. Today I'll be teaching you how to cut and sew men fitted button down short sleeve shirt. Okay, let me show you this. You see here by 6, this is what you're going to do. The neck is 16.5, so you're going to do 16.5 divided by 6, which will give us 2.75. So you're going to minus 0.3 from it, which will give you 2.45, and that 2.45 will be for the width. For us to get the depth of the neck, this is what you're going to do. This 2.45 for the width, you're going to add 0.5 inch to it. That's 2.45 plus 0.5. 0.5 will now give you, it will now give you 2.95. Okay, so the depth of the shirt, the neck, will be 2.95. I hope you get what I'm saying. So now the shoulder is 18, so whatever you get, the shoulder is always divided by 2, so 18 divided by 2 will give us 9 inches. Okay, so now let's get started. Okay, we're gonna have a starting line here. So this is what you're going to do if you want to cut a shirt. Okay, this folded part will be where you will start your measurement for the front panel. Remember, on a shirt there's always a placket for button. I'm going to be using 1.5 inches for the placket. So that you fold with your pressing iron if you're close by to where your iron is, or you just mark it straight down. Okay, fold it. Okay, so let's fold 0.5 inch, fold it to the length of the shirt. Okay, so how I got this folding, okay, how I got this folded part so as not to waste fabric, I divided the chest by 4. Whatever it gives you, you add 1.5 inches to it for your seam allowance. Then you add another 1.5 inches to it for your placket allowance. Then it will have an overlapping in front. Okay, so this is what you're going to do. Then you add 0.5 inch to it. So whatever you derive is what you're going to be folding here in front of it. Okay, so as for you to know what you're doing. So now this is what we're going to do before measuring. Before taking any measurement, you mark your 1.5 inch here for the placket allowance. Okay, so if you're close by to where your pressing iron is, you can just press it down. Okay, you measure your neck now from here. So I said the neck width, remember we folded 1.5 inch, okay, for the placket. All right, so from here now we're going to take our neck width now, which is 2.45. Please don't make any mistakes. Okay, so the depth is 2.95. Connect with your curve ruler. All right, the shoulder is 18 divided by 2 gives us 9 inches. Okay, so 9 inches here, you add 0.5 inch to it for seam allowance. For the shoulder slope, will be coming down by 2 inches. Okay, I'll connect it to the neck. We'll measure the armhole. Okay, so I'm using 9 inches for. So I've connected it to the shoulder slope here. Okay. We're going to be looking for the midpoint, whatever we have left here. Okay, divided by 2 here. Then you come in by 1 inch. So for the chest measurement, whatever you have as your chest divided by 4, I have here, for me, I have 11.25. Now we're going to be adding 0.5 inches for, we're going to be adding 1.5 inches for the seam allowance. Okay, so here 11.25, so from there we'll add 1.5 inch for the seam allowance. Then from there, remember it's a shirt, so we're going to be adding 0.5 inch for the overlapping here. So add it here. Remember, the shirt is usually like this, the placket. Okay, so add 0.5 inch for the overlapping here. Now let's connect this armhole to the chest line. Okay, so use your ruler this way. Okay, now we've gotten the chest, so whatever you have there, you take it down. We're going to be getting the full length of the shirt now. Okay, the length is 30 30 inches. So from this shoulder line, okay, you get your 30. I'll be adding maybe 1.5 for folding allowance, or 2 inches, wherever you want it. Whatever you get on the armhole line, you bring it down to the full length, okay? 11.25 here. Then I said 1.5 inch for seam allowance, and also half inch for overlapping allowance, okay? So you're going to connect it, but then this is what I usually do. Let me just come down here by 16, like so here, for the half length, okay? I'll tell you why I'm doing this, okay? Remember, this is for a male, okay? Where I'll be doing a video on how to cut for a female too, okay? So here now, I'll put the same value here. What I got here, I'll put it here. Let's connect them, okay? Now for this part, you can leave it like so, okay? But I usually like to, just shaping it a bit, okay? So on this half length, coming by that half inch here. That's in half inch here, just this half inch here. Then just give it a bit, just curve it a bit, curve like so to the hemline, okay? So I've just curved it on the waistline, okay? I don't want it too straight. On that 1.5 inch, this hem line, this is what we're going to be doing for the curve at the edge of the shirt. You can do 3 inches, okay? But I just want to do 2 inches, or let's do 2.5 inches, okay? So remember, we have our 1.5 inch for seam allowance by the side. So just try to indicate it, okay? Indicate where it is. So now by this side of the seam, I try to indicate it. This is 1.5 inches for the side seam allowance, okay? And I mark it. This is why I'm doing this. So please just mark it here too. I'll tell you why I'm doing it this way, so as for you not to get confused, okay? So just mark it like so, okay? When you mark it like so, so now use your curve ruler to curve it to this part, okay? You can use your free hand, you can use your curve ruler to bring this curve here. So you see what I'm doing? Remember, our shirt is not usually straight, okay? It has this kind of curvy, shape by the side seam. So this is what I'm trying to do. This is why I said you should, indicate where the seam allowance is, because if you take the curve to the side seam allowance, by the time you want to fold it, you have problem there, okay? After joining the seam allowance, the front seam allowance to the back seam allowance. So now you can see, even when you join your 1.5 inch front seam allowance to the back, you still have this shape, okay? You still have the shape. I hope you can see it. So by the time you fold it in, it will be easy for you to fold round to the back, okay? So this is why I said you should indicate where the 1.5 inch before curving it. You can go as, you can do 3 inches too if you like, okay? Because if it's too curvy, it will give you problem when you want to fold it. Here now, let's go up by 3 inches here. I think I prefer the 3 inches, okay? Sorry, let's go up by 3 inches from this end line, from the 1.5, go by 3 inches, okay? So 3 inches here too. I hope you're getting it. 3 inches here too. So you connect it like so, indicate where it is. Then you give it a nice curve to the 1.5, okay? M allowance. The shaded one is what I'll be using. So let me cut it out. Okay guys, this is our front panel. Just leave this armhole like this for now, okay? Alright, let's use this to cut the back. For the back, this is the front panel. You place it on a folded fabric like so. So now for this part, this front part, remember we added 0.5 inch for overlapping. This, look at the back. Make sure the back, you're using the folded parts too, okay? You come out by 0.5 inch here. The front, not the back. The back will be inside while the front will be on it like so, 0.5 inch. Make sure you cross check it with your measuring tape, okay? This is it. You check if it's 0.5. You can see it's 0.5. Make sure you take it down to the M line. 0.5 inch from here. Make sure you have same thing to the M line, okay? Make sure we have underneath here is 0.5 inch. You check it 0.5 inch if that is what you have. On this part now, we're going to be cutting this slanted part. Just cut it like so as to get the the back shoulder line too, or you can use your ruler like so. Okay, then cut it. All right, so after cutting it this way, then move it down a bit, about like let's have 3 inches. In front we added we came down by 2 inches. For the back, let's just come down by 3.5 inches. Let's check if we have our 3.5 inches. Okay. We have our 3.5 inches here. You know what I'll do? I'll just cut this out of this. Okay. So this is what we have, okay? So I cut it out already. So now let's face this part, okay? So you're going to bend it in this way, about like you fold it in with about just say 0.5 inch, okay? In here. You can press it down with your pressing iron. Okay, so now let's take a back measurement. This neckline, let's curve it to this point here. So let's check. So let's cut it out. Okay, take it out. Okay guys, we're done with the neck cutting. Let's check if it's okay, if the neck is okay where you want. Okay, for this shoulder, just cut it, cut it this way. This is what we're going to be doing. Cut it this way. You cut it here. Let's take the shoulder curve from here to this part, okay? Let me curve it. You can use the main, this part. No need to come in. Just curve it from this midpoint on the armor line to this point here, okay? For the back armor line. So let's cut from here now. So you cut it like this, okay? From here. So now let's cut the front, okay? You can see what we have. We have the back and the front ready. You can see the curve here. So we're going to slash this into two. Another fabric like so. Then we'll place the back on it. Remember, there's usually a back yoke at the back of shirts. So at the back of English shirts is what we're trying to achieve here. Make sure it's also folded, okay? We don't really need something too long from this neck region. You can just do like maybe 6 inches, okay? So you can now take it this way. Let's check the straight line here. So let's cut it out here. So you have our back yoke. You can see it here. So for this back yoke, I like to use hair stay for this. Okay guys, I've gone ahead to gum my hair stay to it, and look at what I did here. I went in by 0.5 inch. You notch here, like so. And the other part here, the M line, you also notch it too, okay? What I'm going to do is I'll be using my hemming gum, to fold this 1/2 inch inward. Let me show you what I'm trying to say. Let me take this first, take this apart, okay? Yeah, there's no light, so I can't use my gel with this. So this is what I'll be using. This is Nigeria, okay? Okay, we're going to start from the M line, okay? We'll be starting from the M line, you fold in, yeah, you remember we have 1.5 inch, 1.5 inches here for the placket, okay? Then we'll fold in half an inch all through. Let me show you. So when you fold in half an inch, you'll be left with 1 inch. This is the wrong side. I'm folding it on the wrong side. Okay, don't fold it. So this is what we're going to do next. We're going to be using hemming gum, okay? So hold it down. Take your hemming gum, put it inside this way till you get to this point. Then you wet it. When you do it this way, make sure you use a piece of cloth like this. The fabric I'm using is a bright color fabric. You cover it with this because it's possible it may stain, okay? So we don't want to stain our client's fabric. So just, although it's clean though, but I like it this way, okay? Just to be on the safe side. The reason why I covered it was because I, sprinkled water on it, okay? I don't want it to stain the fabric because you never can tell if the face has dirt on it. You can see what I have here, inwards. This is it on the front part. So Let me take it to the front also. For the second part now, remember we folded that in. There are different styles to it, okay? If you want it, you know, outside, you can still cut this, join, then so as for you to be able to, when you turn, then yeah, what I'm trying to say is you can still cut this place, this 1.5 inches out, then cut another one of this, you know, then join it this way, so that when you turn it this way, you have same color here. But here I have the inside is plain. Design I want to do, I want to fold it in this way, so everything will be plain. Okay, everything will be plain. So okay, let's do it this way. This is like this, right? When I folded the two of them together, so I'll have to bring it back. Okay, I want to fold it back the other way. Remember we notched it. I'm done gumming it. You can still, you know, top stitch, you know, a straight line here if you like. Okay, sometimes I do leave it, okay, just this way, you can see. Then just, you know, take it to where they'll make where they make buttonholes and where they fix buttons too. But okay guys, I've gone ahead to stitch them down. Okay, I'm gonna have to stitch. Remember I used a hemming gum here, okay, to secure this. And what I did was, after doing that, I had to top stitch. I top stitch, you can see a single one here. This is the right side, okay? The left panel will be on the right panel, okay? This is it. The left will be facing the right. So what I did was, on the left side, I top stitched twice. You can see here. Make sure your lines are straight. You can see one here close to this part, the folded part, and then the other one here, just for you not to get confused. There are so many methods, okay? There's many methods of doing this. Don't worry, as time goes by, I'll be teaching you different methods. Okay, so this is the one I'll be using now. Okay, see, this is two lines here, and this is one, so you won't get confused. And this is the left side, and this is the right side, so the left will be overlapping. Remember, I used 0.5 inch as the overlapping allowance. This person wants a patch pocket on it, so this patch pocket, I'm placing it on stitching it on the left side. Okay, and I've prepared my patch pocket. Here I have the length is 5 inches, while the width is 4.5 inches. And design your patch pocket however you want it. Okay, you can see the design I used. You can see I top stitched. You can see just a single line. Now I'm going to stitch it on this part. Let me take it with this. For the patch pocket, it will be from here, from the shoulder line. I'll mark 8 inches downwards. Okay, here. Just make sure you're using a chalk that won't, you know, show, and you can easily clean off. So this is my 8 inches. For the patch pocket, let's do 1 inch. Okay, 1 inch would be okay. I don't want it too close to the side seam, so you can secure and then stitch it round. Okay, I've stitched the patch pocket. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is I've joined the back and the front panel, both front panels and the back, and also the yoke. Don't forget we have a yoke. I'll first place the back this way, the back this way, then the front, both fronts. Remember, this is the left side where the patch pocket is. Okay, it will be this way, and in fact, arrange them where they're supposed to be. So this one will be here, this will be here. So now we're going to place our yoke this way. So this is what we're going to be doing. We have so many stays, okay, for it. I think there's one called shirt gum or something like that. I've forgotten the name. I know I use it for shirts too. Don't worry, I'll show you. Forgotten the name. When I remember, I'll tell you. Okay, you can also use it here. Either use this or that one. Okay, so this is what you're going to be doing. Now you pick the three of them together. Okay, you pick the three of them: the yoke, the front panel, and the back, and you stitch them. Okay, you stitch them together. So remove this one first, so as for you not to, you know, be confused. So you bring them here. You can secure them, okay, or you can just stitch them however you want to do it. Okay, just make sure you're doing the right thing. You stitch with 1/2 inch, remember, then you stitch. Okay, I'm done with this part. So we're going to be doing the second part. Okay, I'm done with the other side. Then you take this backward, take the yoke backward. Okay, see, this is the yoke towards in front. After stitching, you push it backward, okay, to the back, on the back panel. Okay, because that's where it's going to be. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be top stitching. We'll top stitch here, okay, the shoulder, on the shoulder part we just top stitch, okay, and the other side. So you push it this way and you top stitch, okay. Make sure it's flat. As you're top stitching, you're pushing this backward, okay. This is the yoke on the back, okay. Make sure you're pushing it backward. What I mean is, make sure it's smooth. Make sure it's smooth, okay. All right, we don't want any crease around here, okay. So now let's top stitch about maybe 0.25, okay. So push, right. So you do the same thing on the other side, okay. You can see, okay, I'm done top stitching them. You can see the yoke. So what we're going to be doing now, we're going to be stitching it. This is the yoke now on the back, like so. Make sure it's straight, okay. This is what I do most times. I usually use hemming gum, okay, here, then press it down, okay. Press it down with my hemming gum, then stitch, or you can just stitch this way, okay. Okay, here we're going to be using our hemming gum at the back here to secure the yoke, okay, so as to make it very neat. Then place it underneath. Then you wet it with water, or if you have a steam iron, place your iron. We're done. So you can see, so flip it over to the inside and also place them like so, okay. Then you press this part, okay. This is your shoulder line, all right. You can see it's well laid. Should you cross check what you have here? My client's shoulder line is 18, so let's check. I have 19 here, so I'm fine. 18. By the time I stitch this part with each armhole with 0.5 inch, 0.5 inch, I'll be left with 18 inches, okay. So I'm fine with this. So should, in case you do this and you notice that you have more than, okay, let's say the shoulder line is 17 or 18 and you have 20 inches, just try to remove 0.5 inch, 0.5 inch, just trim it a bit out. The neck, you can still check the neck. If you're not okay with the neck, you measure it round to check if it's exactly what you wanted, okay. So for me, I'm fine with the neck. So now we go to the armhole line. We measure what we have here. We want to cut the sleeve, so I press this down, okay. So now this is my shoulder. You can notch here and here, but there's not, since I have the mark there. So now let's measure the armhole, round armhole, and check if what is there. So you check this way, okay. So 12.5 inches. So let me just check here. So 12.5 inches on both sides. So now let's proceed to the sleeve. This person wants a short sleeve, okay. Okay, now let's cut the sleeve. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. On this part, you just mark your line here, your starting line, okay. For this person, I'm using 4 inches for the cap's height. So for the length of the sleeve, I told you, I said we're doing short sleeve, so the length of the sleeve is 11 inches. This is what the person wants. So I'm going to start from here. This starts 11 inches, stops here. So remember, we're going to be joining it to the body, to the main shirt itself with half an inch. So I'm going to add the half inch to it. So I've added the half inch to it. So now I want for the sleeve itself, the hemline of the sleeve, I want to, let me add 2 inches to it, okay? I'll show you how to fold it in. Then we connect it. So now let's get the armhole line. The armhole is 12.5, okay? So 12.5. So let's connect it to this part. I'll be using a freehand method. Now you look for the midpoint, okay? So now let's just use our freehand, or you can use your your curve ruler to first take it this way, okay, to the midpoint. Take it, you can also bend it this way or use your freehand as well, okay, to that point. See what I've done? So let's check if we have our 12.5. There are so many ways, okay? I'm just using a freehand now for this. Okay, now let's check our biceps. The round bicep is 15.5 inches divided by 2. We have 7.75, okay? So we have our 7. So you come around here, you measure your 7.75 here, or you come down here. Since we have 11 inches, 11 inches for the length, you come here, you measure your 7.75 inches here, okay? Since it's a short sleeve, 7.75 here. So then you add your 1.5 inches for the same allowance as well. Or you do it this way. Let me show you what I also do. So now, remember we have 2 inches for the seam allowance here, for the M allowance here, okay? So we have 2 inches here. Well, let's take it this way. I said I want to show you something, sorry, I forgot. So let's place it here on the actual round sleeve length. Here it is, okay? So here, you place your 7.75 inches here. 7.5 inches here. Then your 1.5 inches for the seam allowance here. So this is where we're going to be connecting here, not here, sorry, okay? So connect it to the armhole line here. See, we've done that now. So now for this seam allowance, remember I said we're doing a short sleeve, okay? So for this, no, we're going to be folding it in. So now here on this part, just tilt it this way, the ruler, instead of bringing it this way inward, take it outward a bit, okay, this way, then connect it to the seam allowance on the M line. Why am I doing this? So that by the time you want to fold it in, you know, we're going to be stitching it inward. This is not a long sleeve. We're going to be bending it in, the seam allowance. By the time you bend it in, it will balance up here, okay? All right, so now let's cut it out. Okay, this is the sleeve. This is the sleeve. This is what I'm talking about. You can see the shape here at the M line. So by the time I fold it in, okay, don't worry, I'll show you when it's time for that, okay? This is the basic sleeve, okay? So for the collar, for the shirt collar, so this is what we're going to be doing. After marking your round neck measurement, whatever you get there, you divide it by 2. So mine is 8.5 inches. So we'll divide 8.5. This is collar stay. I mean, you fold your collar stay into 2, okay? Then make sure this part is straight, okay? So you look for the half length of your neck, round neck measurements, okay? Your neck circumference, you look for the half of it. So mine is 8.5 inches plus I'm going to add about like 1 inch to it or more than. So on this folded part now, you measure your 8.5 inches, okay? Let's look for 8. Well, the best thing you can do, you can secure it with pins, okay? Because it's folding. Now let's mark our 8.5 inches here, okay? We have our 8.5 inches here. So mark a straight line, okay? You can see what I've done. So now on this part, on this folded part, you can see you go up by 0.5 inch. I have it here. So now on this 8.5 inch here, 8.5 inches here, you go in by, you come in by 1.5 inches, 5 inches here. So now on this same 8.5 inches line, you come out, Okay, you come out. You know, remember I went in by 1.5 inches. So I'm coming out now by 1 inch for the placket. Okay, on this 1.5 inch, I'll be connecting it with my curve ruler from the 0.5 inch to the 1.5. Can you see what I've done? On this 1 inch you came out by, go up by 0.5 inch. So this is what you're going to do. Just mark a straight line here, okay? Come out by 1 inch and make just a straight line. I've done that. You can see what I'm saying here. So here you go by 0.5 inch here. So on this 0.5 inch here, you connect this 1.5 inch you went in by, you connect it to the 0.5 inch on this 1 inch you came out by, okay? So make sure it's not too curvy, okay? So you can see what I've done, okay? You can see what I've done here. So now, on this 0.5 inch, go up by 1.25 inches. Your 1.25 inches here, just mark a straight line from there a bit. You know why I'm doing this? Because by the time you cut it, so as for you not to have maybe bended parts. So now, on this part, you go up by, on this ½ inch you went up by, on this 1 inch here, go up by 1 inch for the placket still, okay? From this 1.5 inch you went in by, okay? Like I said, extend it with a straight ruler. Extend with a straight ruler here. Okay? Then from there, connect it with your curve ruler slightly to the 1 inch here. Okay, you went up by here. Connect it like so. You can see what I've done here. So now, what you're going to do here, from this 1.25 you went up by here, go up by 1.75 inches. Okay, you can see 1.75 inches here. Okay, so on this part, on this line here, this 8.5 inches line, okay, you go up by 2.75 inches. You can do 3 inches if you like. Remember, we're doing an English button down shirt, okay? But you can do as well if you want to be, you know, just add some inches to yours. You can make 4, however you want, however long, however you want that part to be. Okay, you can make it long. You can make it for an English, you know, where you, because you want to use your tie with it. Okay, so 2.75 is okay, or 3 inches. So now let's connect it. Now here on this 1.75, come out straight a bit, make it straight a bit, okay, with a straight ruler. I'll show you why when I'm done. With a straight ruler, you can see now. So you connect it, you can do straight to that part, or you can come this way to this part, or you can go this way to this part, however you want it, okay? Just connect it like so to this 2.75 here, waiting for you here. You can see the shape I used there. You can see it, see here. You can see the way it is. So now, if you like, you can leave it straight like this, okay? This part straight. But I want to come out by 0.5 inch. If you like, you can come out more than 0.5 inch, but I want to do is that you leave it on an English corporate button down shirt. You can leave it this way or come out by 0.5 inch, okay? So let me come out by 0.5 inch here on this part. 0.75, 0.5 inch, okay? Then you connect it, continuation. So look at what I've done. Now remember, we can't leave it here. It has to go back to where this is, okay? So we're connecting it back to that point with our straight ruler. Can you see what I've done? Wow, our color is ready. You can see it now. So now let's cut it out. Okay, we're done cutting the collar. You can see the shape we have. You can see the shape here. See? Beautiful collar. Okay, for this part, you can decide to make it curvy, okay? However you want it, or you can make it slant. You can slant it. Let me curve it a bit. Okay, I'm done. You can see the shape, slightly curved. Okay, on the fabric, we'll be cutting 2 of this, okay? But as you're cutting, when you cut 2 of it, you add 0.5 inch around it, okay? Okay, I've gone ahead to cut two pieces, two for this one and two for the other one. So we're going to be gumming the collar stay on one of them. Okay, I've gummed this part, you can see here, it's here. So for this one, I've also gummed it. I've also gummed this one, yeah. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to cut your hemming gum and fix it here, the lower part, the one you're going to be sewing on the neck, okay? So you fix your hemming gum there. You can see what I've done. See? Okay guys, it's time to fix the sleeve. This is what I've done off the camera. See? I said, remember I added 2 inches for the hem allowance, okay, for the folding. And look at why I had to come out, you know, on the sleeve part. If you remember, when I was drafting the sleeve, I told you on the hem line, you just go out slightly a bit, okay, so that when you fold it in, you can still have this. Because if you cut it straight, by the time I fold it in, I will have it won't get up to this point, okay, it will be very short. Then after folding in the 2 inches, I also folded 0.5 inch inward, okay. Then I use hemming gum. I use hemming gum to secure it this way, okay. I did that on the other sleeve too. So I'm going to stitch it down. Okay, this is how I'll be fixing the sleeve. The sleeve will be underneath the body. Make sure you notch it. You notch your sleeve and notch this armhole too. Place the body on the sleeve itself. I want to do a French seam, okay. When you see ready to wear shirts, you know how they prepare them, you know, the Placket shirts, how they prepare them, how they sew them, okay. You can check the seam. That's what I want to be teaching you how to sew. So this is it. You place the body on the seam, right side facing right side, but the sleeve will be on the sewing machine. So this way, remember we have 1/2 inch for sewing allowance. So you come out, you bring the sleeve out by 1/2 inch, okay. The notch part on the notch part to here. Fold it in again this way, okay. You fold it on the body, okay. This is it. We are going to stitch it down now. You stitch like that, you know, continuously stitching like that. Okay, I'm done. You can see what we have here. So the next thing now, after stitching it this way, you're going to rest it on, you're going to top stitch it now on the body, okay. We are top stitching it now on the body, not the sleeve, okay. So let me show you. See what I'm saying? See, top stitch, rest it on the body and top stitch on the body. Okay, I'm done. This is what I'm talking about. This is it. You can see, if you remember, when you check the shirt, this is what you see. So let me just go to the neck part, okay, then we'll go back to the sleeve to finally do the, you know, final stitching, the sleeve and the side seam, okay. So let me show you how to, this is the collar now. This is the one with the collar stay. This is the one without any collar stay. So you place them together like so. Keep this aside. You place them together. You can see the one with the collar stay on top of the one without collar stay. Stitch it around to the other side. I'm done stitching. Make sure you sew close to the collar stay, okay, very close to it. You notch this part, then you flip it to the other side, okay. You trim this part out, okay, this edge here. You can trim this also, okay, or you can notch it, or you trim, whichever one. This up. Okay, I'm done ironing. You can see this is what I have. Okay, before placing this on it, okay, I'll be top stitching it. So this is where the collar stay is. So there's something I want to show you. This is called collarbone. collarbone. If you check those shirt like TM shirts and the rest like that, you see when you touch this part of the collar, you see there's something strong here. It's called collarbone. This is the collarbone. So I'll be using collarbone on this shirt. Okay? Here, look at the shape of it. I'll be using it here. For this part, when you see this part standing, check most of them, they have collarbone in here. So I'll be using it, I'll be stitching it there. So I'll be showing you how to use collarbone. Okay? This collarbone will stay this way. You can see. Let me show you before. Not straight, okay? See it here, from here. Look at my hand. Here. This way. This way. So it's there already. So I'll just top stitch on it, okay? So when I get there too, I'll fix it there too. Let me fix it here so as for me not to forget. So let's top stitch. So by the time I'm stop stitching, that sharp part is at this edge. So, and it's like this. Sharp part is here. So I'll be top stitching on it. Okay, I'm done top stitching. And I have my collarbone inside. So now, I'll be fixing this to this. We're almost done with the collar. Okay, you can see. So now I said where the collar stay is here on the upper part will be the same place where the collar stay. This one will also be facing. Okay, they'll be facing the same side. Remember, we folded this part inwards. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. They'll be facing the same side, like so. So you flip it to the back this way. This is where the collar stay is, and this is where the collar stay is here. You place it on this one. You know what you will do? Look for the midpoint first. Just look for the midpoint. You can mark or you can notch. So now let's face them this way. This is where the collarbone is. Okay, this is where the collarbone is, and this is where the collarbone is too. And this is the midpoint. This is the midpoint here. You face it this way. Okay, while this will stay at the back. Okay, so the main collar, the biggest one, will stay in the middle. Okay, so this one too will stay at the back. You place it at the back, underneath rather. You place this one underneath. Okay, this without collar will stay underneath this one. Okay, make sure the midpoints are even. I'm going to secure it. See, so I'll stitch it round and show you. I'm done stitching. Make sure the stitch, make sure as you're stitching it goes close to this collar stay. Okay, you take it from here, from this point down, you leave half inch here. Okay, then from this folded part, you remember I folded this with hemming gun, so you take it round down to the other side, then notch it and then flip it to the other side. You can trim it off or you notch it. You can see what we have. Okay, I'm gonna add to press it with my iron. I have my 0.5 inch allowance here, while this one is inside. So I'll be attaching it. I'll be fixing it on the neck. Okay, guys, I'm gonna add to fix my collar. I did that off the camera because of our time. You can see, make sure the one with the collar stay is the one facing this way. The wrong side, the collar stay here, the collar stay here. Remember, then the one with our collar stay will be the one at the back. You can see it's neatly, fixed, so that when you bend it this way, the collar stay will be here. Make sure after this you go to your pressing iron. Okay, then you press it down with your steam iron. You press it down with your steam iron, or you wet it. If you don't have a steam iron, you just wet it and press it down, so you have something like this. Okay, so now let me fold the side seam. For this one, the side seam, right from you, this is the sleeve. For this part, I'll be doing everything on the right side. Remember, the armhole was done on the wrong side. So now I'll be doing this out on the right side. So this is the sleeve, this is the body. Okay, oh, what I'm trying to say, this is the back. I'll be folding everything on the back of the on the back panel of the shirt. Okay, push it on the 1/2 inch this way, and you fold this 1/2 inch on it. Okay, you fold it on it like so. You stitch it down to the hemline of the body of the shirt itself. Okay, make sure everything is resting on the back panel. Right, let me do that and show you. Okay, I'm done stitching. So this time around, you flip it this way to the hemline. Okay, flip the hemline upward like so. Then you spread it open. Then you rest it still on the back panel. You rest it and stitch it down. Okay, on the back panel. Now when you get to this sleeve part, make sure you open it. Make sure you're not sewing the body on with the sleeve. Make sure you're spreading it open. Look at what I'm doing. You spread open, you keep pushing and press, press open like this till you sew to the end of it. Okay, let me show you. Okay, I'm done. You can see what we have. See it? Our French seam is ready. And also I've stitched the hemline. Okay, you can see the hemline. I've done that. So now I'll be taking it to my machine for the buttonholes and button. Then I'll show you the outcome when I'm done. Okay guys, here is the outcome. You can see the finishing. I forgot to tell you I top stitched this part. Okay, I top stitched it. Then if you have your label, while you were trying to fix the back yoke, make sure you put your label here. Mine is finished. Okay, so look at, very beautiful. You can see the shape of it. Okay, thanks for watching. I also top stitch this part too. If you find this video helpful, please like, comment and share. Okay, and also subscribe. See you in my next one. Bye.